everyone, I'm Ashley.
I'm Maddie.
And we are from Preg Appetit. Today we're going to be doing pesto with chickpea pasta. So I'm super excited about this recipe. It's one of my favorites. It's super easy. And the great thing about pesto is you can really use whatever ingredients you have on hand. We're gonna go a little bit more traditional today with a basil pesto. Classic ingredients in a pesto are gonna be basil, pine nuts, some cheese, garlic, and olive oil. So first what I'd like you to do is take the garlic, the cheese, and the pine nuts and put them into, we're using a NutriBullet. You just pour it all in. I like to do equal parts cheese and pine nuts. The pine nuts are great. So nuts we know are little powerhouses of food. We've got protein, fiber, and fat, so it's really nice and filling. We threw in about, 5 or 6 cloves of garlic in there because we love garlic, and the traditional recipes are only going to say about 2 or 3 cloves, but we added a little bit more in. And the cheese is great, so we're using Pecorino Romano cheese. It has a slightly different flavor than a Parmesan cheese. I like it. It has a nice salty taste to it, which is great because then we don't actually have to add any salt. Okay, so next up what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some olive oil and you're just gonna pour it in to, we just want everything to be completely covered. It might feel like a lot of olive oil, but keep in mind that this sauce is gonna be covering all the pasta and there really isn't that much other fat in this recipe. So it's okay, and it's heart healthy fat. We want this fat. And I think that looks good. Okay, all right. So I like to pause here and blend this and get it nice and creamy before adding in the greens. And then we also taste it and make sure it's good. This is really the base of the sauce.
Let's go ahead and screw this lid on, make sure it's all tight, and then flip it, and here we go.
Okay, so we have nice creamy looking sauce. If you want, we can open that up and give it a little taste.
Oh, yum.
Sometimes I just kind of stick my finger right on the blade.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could eat that
God, I could eat
as it is. But we're gonna make it healthier with the greens now. Okay, so we're gonna add in our basil. That's the traditional part for the basil pesto. You can add all of that in there. Herbs, fresh herbs in particular, are gonna be really packed with antioxidants, and that's important for circulation. Just think about all the stress that pregnancy is putting on your body. We wanna do whatever we can to help balance that out. And so that basil is really gonna help out with that. Now the other secret ingredient, or not secret, but non-traditional, is gonna be spinach. You don't have to put this in. We had some extra lying around. You could do spinach, you could do kale, really whatever green that you have on hand is gonna just kind of add that nutritional boost. I like spinach because it has iron in it, and we know that iron is really important for getting oxygen to those blood cells. So if you wanna put some of that in, just about, I usually say a cup is like a handful. And we're gonna add in just a little bit more olive oil just to make sure that it's not too thick. I like a really smooth, creamy pesto, and that's also why I love using this, because I think it comes out with that perfect consistency. And blend it up. A little longer. Honestly, that's the beauty of this, is if you think it's done, it's probably done. We don't have to cook anything. So let's try it out. All right, let's taste this.
Can't wait.
It's good, right?
Delicious.
Yeah. How easy was that?
So easy.
I know.
You just throw everything in the blender. It's like perfect.
And again, any greens that you have on hand, and you could even do this with other herbs. You could do it with parsley, would be really good. Add a little lemon juice,
Yeah.
It'd be delicious. All right, so the pasta that we have here, we have it already cooked. This is chickpea pasta. So because it's made with chickpeas instead of your basic wheat, you're gonna have more protein, more fiber, and less carbohydrates. And that just means you get a bigger portion, which we love. Okay, so I'm gonna put the chickpea pasta into the bowl. And a tip about cooking the bean pastas is cook it for maybe a minute or two less than the package recommends. Otherwise, it does tend to fall apart a little, and we wanna keep it whole and beautiful. So if you want to pour the sauce on, and then we're just going to stir it in. One of my favorite things about pesto is it freezes really well. So you could make a big batch of it if you have a lot of basil, maybe you have your own garden or it was on sale at the store. You can make a ton and then freeze it. I like to put it in an ice cube tray into the little ones. When it freezes, just pop it into like a freezer bag, and then you can just grab an ice cube of pesto whenever you want. You could throw it into a pan if you're cooking something, or just defrost it and use it for a sauce. It's awesome.
That's so handy.
Yeah.
I love that idea. I would have never thought of it, but it's so easy and just like so effective.
It's really easy, and then you can put it on pasta, but you can also use it if you're cooking chicken or fish as like a marinade for flavor. I mean, you could use it as a salad dressing if you want. It's just that delicious and healthy. This is a really guilt-free dish. If you were really hungry and you wanted to eat this whole bowl, we would not judge you. We would applaud you. All right, so let's try it. And of course, you could always put more cheese on top if you want. There's a lot of cheese in the sauce, so you don't necessarily have to, but a little cheese never hurt anybody. Okay, you ready?
So ready.
Good?
Incredible.